Okay, tutoring session 1 of week 1. I know that Saturday we did a tutoring session. I restarted the tutoring clock from day 1, which was Saturday, to last Monday to this week. So I'm giving him an extra week. So it's going to be kind of repeat. Hey, Arif.
Good evening.
Happy, Hi, good evening. Happy Monday.
Yeah, you too.
How are you doing today? Did you have a
Good.
good day at school?
Yeah.
Great. Um, all right. I'm gonna share with you my screen. You could have Google Classroom up if you want. I know that your mom will be printing something for you.
Oh, I have it
It's
printed out. Is it this?
yeah, perfect. All right, I'll explain that because that's a comprehension assessment. Saturday, I didn't have that yet, so I had to figure that out. Um, so that's going to be what we're going to do today, but we're also going to do some other things. We're going to talk about your survey, and we're going to talk about some of your reading and getting some books, basically. So I think maybe by next weekend, this upcoming weekend, you definitely want to pick up some books if you don't already have some. You may want to go to the library instead. It's really up to your mom on that. And we did talk about um, becoming familiar with Shakespeare. Now, there's not a real hurry to do that right now, but like I mentioned before, it's really going to give you uh, an advantage over your high school
Yeah.
counterparts.
Well, we started
Uh,
learning about poems, and the poems we're learning are kind of very difficult.
what was that about poems?
We started learning. Our test is on,
Oh,
and it's kind of hard.
right. I would encourage you on Friday to show me any of those poems,
You
even
might.
if you print it. Yeah, anything that you want to show me, anything that you want to access online and share your screen. Um, I'm more than happy to dive in with you. And then I have um, my own perspective on how to read poetry, right? Um, yeah, so we'll get into that because you have to read poetry out loud. That's the first rule. So, and you're going to read multiple times. I have some questions that we'll be able to use for that. And basically, I'll just show it to you in the chat.
Wait, is our next class on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe on Wednesday I can show you the review we'll be doing.
Yeah, you can. Um, we're going to have structured lessons already from what we're doing, already have planned, but we'll definitely have some time. We'll make some time to look at that. And if we don't have enough time on Wednesday, we can always do it on Friday. Is that because you're going to be working on it before Friday?
Oh, the test is in school and it's on Friday. The test is on the day Friday.
Yeah. Okay. In fact, you know what? If you have any of it today, you can show it to me because we do have extra time today. Is that something that you have?
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's should I'll tell you some of the questions that are on it. Is that okay?
Yeah, but just hang on for a second. If you look in the chat,
Yeah.
there are 4 questions there that we don't ask all at once, but it's almost like you take a poem, read it one time, and you decide what does it say, and then you read it a second time. What does it not say? Right? What's implied? Um, because so much of what is in poetry and what it means is in between the lines, and making those inferences based upon evidence from the text will help you to really get more out of poetry and to recognize that each poem is a very unique um,
The questions
construction. Yeah.
are like, so what are some poetic devices you recognize about the poem? What does the author mean by something and why? What perspective does the poem follow and
Yeah.
how tell? What words stands out to you? And if I could like, if you can see this,
You can, why don't you, so let's do this. Before we dive into that, let's get through what we're going to do first so that we make sure we're not missing anything. Is that okay?
yeah,
Okay, let's do that. So let's dive right in and I'll show you the everything here. All right, so this is our friend. We can give him a name, Buffy the cat or something like that. Week 1 session on reading. Now, pre-assessment is not going to take very long. The interest survey you already did, so you don't have to do that. However, we're going to talk about it. So you can see my screen.
yeah.
Okay. Um, so the objectives are to assess students' baseline reading. That's going to continue today as we look at reading comprehension. And we're also going to look again at our reading fluency and practice that again. Some of what we do and learn and retain has to be almost like um, learning something today, reviewing it next time, relearning it, not from scratch, but kind of applying it next time. And then in that sense, even if you don't remember what we did last session, I'll usually remind you of that and use what we did last session so that it's a progressive understanding. Begin to build rapport and gather reading interest. We've already started to build rapport around your reading interest. So today, welcome and overview, reading comprehension pretest. I don't think it'll take 15 minutes. This is why I'm telling you it will probably have extra time toward the end. 10-minute oral fluency check. You're familiar with this already from last week. We'll delve into that a little further again. Um, then we'll do this, talk about the student interest survey that you filled out with your reading. I'll show you the results. I kind of um, formatted them, and we'll talk about reading recommendations. We'll add Shakespeare to what I would recommend for you, as I mentioned, and then closing and encouragement. So that's it. That's the overview. Okay, let's dive right in. And and hmm. Oh, here we go. I need to just find where I put this week 1 preparation passage.
Is it the one that I have printed out?
Um, yes and no, but I'm looking actually for I'm looking for the detailed lesson plan. So give me a second here. That was on the 21st. So today, all weekly session slides. Okay. I think what I'll do then, I don't know why this is doing this. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna do this lesson plan for a week. Somehow or other, it didn't build into this week 1 session 1. All right. All weekly lesson prep. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Yeah, my cursor disappeared. So weird. Okay, edit this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I couldn't see it. Yeah. All right. So this is the lesson plan. All right. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here. And student reading comprehension. Okay. Perfect. There's nothing there I need to look at. Um, I've got it all in my head now. So we're good to go. Let's dive right in. So I would like you to pull up what you see as it'll say the people at the top of the hill.
Yeah, I have that.
And yeah, you have that in front of you. Great. Do me a favor, put your first and last name at the top of it, put your grade level, and then put today's date, which is 4/28/2025. The reason is because we're going to do other assessments to compare your growth and your skills. And we do want to reference the date. So that's going to be very important. And all right, so what I'd like you to do is you're going to read through this passage as fast as you can, not out loud. You can read silently to yourself. And this is a silent assessment. So imagine you're in class and there's 30 other students, right? And you're all working silently. That's what you're going to do today. It'll only take you 3 minutes. I'll give you exactly 3 minutes. And what you're going to do as you read through, let's say right here, and when you come to the parentheses,
Do I
you're going
underline?
you can circle or underline.
I'll circle it.
You're going to probably easiest if you circle. It'll be easier for me to see if you circle whichever word out of the three makes sense with the rest of the passage. Okay. So there's going to be a near distractor, a far distractor. You know what I mean by distractors?
Yeah, I think I understand this.
Okay. So that's it. Um,
So can I start?
oh, and for some reason, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the whole document, which is 13 pages. You're only going to have one page.
Yeah.
So let me find a timer. And my online timer is here.
How long do I have to do this?
We'll give you exactly 3 minutes.
Okay.
You don't have to start just yet. Okay. First of all, any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, when that 3 minutes is up, you're going to hear the buzzer and you'll stop. And then what I will do, we will, I might take a screenshot of yours. That might be easiest. I mean, you could certainly
I don't think
have your
taking
mom.
I think taking a screenshot on this iPad is hard.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
You
It could
do
be
my
your mom will. What's that?
I could tell you my answers.
You could do that too. All right. So on your marks, get set, go. Oh, by the way, let me pause for a second. If you get finished before the 3 minutes is up, feel free to check your work.
Okay.
All right. So there's the timer right there. Hey. All right, you can go ahead and stop.
I didn't.
And are you finished?
I didn't finish.
Did not. Okay.
Is that bad?
No, I mean it depends on how far you went. Um, but Adiv, everything that we're going to do here is you're only competing with yourself. So I don't think it's bad. It's just a matter of whatever score you have and then working on that to improve that. So make sense?
Huh?
Make
Hello?
sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What let's do this. I'm going to type your answers here and go ahead and just give me all the circled words or if you underlined them.
I circled.
Sorry, what was that first one?
The first one, what I put is interesting.
Interesting. Okay. Next one.
Wait, no, wait, my bad. The first one was A. The first one was A. The second one was interesting.
Okay, so A as in okay. Second was interesting. Okay. Third one.
Road.
ROAD.
Rode.
Okay, got it.
And then he.
Okay.
And then always.
Always got it.
And then woman.
Woman.
Yeah.
Next.
Once.
Once.
O
Once.
Yeah. And then her.
Her, got it.
Then do.
Do.
Who live.
Live.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where you stopped?
No. And then there's was.
Was. Was.
Yeah. And then shoes.
Shoes. Shoes.
Yeah. Then run.
Run.
Yeah. George.
George.
Yeah. And then
And.
and then even.
Even.
Yeah. And I.
Capital I.
Yeah. And then
And.
and.
Yep.
And then is. Maybe.
Ismaybe.
Yeah. Is and then maybe.
Okay.
And then call.
Call.
Yeah. And then let's.
Apostrophe S.
Yeah. And then a.
A.
Yeah. And then adding.
Adding.
Yep. And then running.
Running.
Yeah. And then they.
Beg.
Uh yeah. And then hard.
Car.
Hard. Then did I say
Hard.
did I say they before hard?
No.
Wait, I didn't say they before. I mean hard. Before I said hard, did I say they?
No. You
Oh,
had car and then hard. So it's car, they hard,
what? No, it's running and then they. What's after running? What?
beg.
No, after running, it's they,
Okay, got it.
and then it's
Not
hard.
beg. Okay. Then it's car.
No, hard.
Then hard. Okay, no car. So running, they hard.
Yeah, and then flat.
F
F
L A
F
T
E. Yeah, and then slowed.
S O L SLOWED.
Yeah, and then that.
THAT.
Yeah, and then talking.
Got it.
Bicycle.
Got it.
More.
MORE.
Yeah, and then a.
A
Yeah, then spin.
SPIN.
Man.
MAN.
Yeah, and then house.
Okay, these are the ones that you already picked, right?
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
and then water, and that's it.
Okay. All right, let me copy and paste these. Oops.
Could you share my screen? Because maybe I didn't tell you all of them.
Yeah, you can share.
Check.
Oh yeah, I just need to cut and paste this real fast. All right. I'll go ahead and add these to your reading test, and then I'll see here results.
Unsupported voice commands.
Um, reading. Oops. Maze words chosen. Okay, got it. Um, what was that next thing you were going to do? Oh yeah, you can share your screen with me.
Uh, are you gonna check them?
Oh, I won't check them right now. If we have time, I'll check it right after our session if you want, and
Okay.
I can. I don't know if I have time to give you a score, but I could send you a message on that, or you can wait until Wednesday. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to take away time from poetry, but if you want to spend a few extra minutes, I'm more than happy to, you know, to score that for you
Wait,
right away.
I just found a mistake that I did.
Okay. All right. That's fine. And look, I want you to understand something. If you're on a basketball team, right, and you scored however number of points you scored, that doesn't matter as much. We have to be okay with um, maybe not scoring as high as we thought, right?
Yeah.
What's more important is finding steps how to get better. That's what's more important, right? So I want you to think of this way, and we learn more from tiny mistakes. If we don't make mistakes, we don't really grow, right? So that was my entire life as a student. Nothing but mistakes, right? Even my life now as a writer, constant mistakes. And as I correct those, I grow from that, right? Okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know. I know you're a really and students should care. And so just hold on to that high standard that you have for yourself because that is important. And I don't want you to lose that. So congratulations on that because you have high standards. Um, okay, your interest, I'm going to just pick up here real quickly. Oh, there we go. No, maybe that's not it. We have everything organized. So table of contents here, student interest. There we go. Slides needs to revise. My interest passages. Rookie. Oh, I found it. I'm going to place this in the document for you. And it's not, I mean, we'll talk about it for a minute. I think what's more important is, no, I think your reading interests are very important. It's not where you're going to end up. We'll start there, but we certainly won't end there. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Student profile for reading interest. Don't worry, we're not going to go through this in detail because we'd be here a very long time, a couple of hours. And I want to just focus a little bit more. So you enjoyed Restart by Gordon Corman. You like mystery. So I had AI help me with this just to format this. And it kind of missed some things because as I was talking with you last time, I said you like action-driven, realistic stories about second chances, identity, and redemption. But you
Yeah.
started to tell me that you like mysteries.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. This book kind of doesn't have a mystery. I like how like it was like about a childhood sports town hero. He falls off his roof, has amnesia, and I like the story in general.
Okay, yeah, you like the story. And I totally get it. Um, but these are some things to think about here. Tell me if this is true. You're drawn to characters who are strong, independent, resourceful, and brave.
I like Jason Statham because you know who The Rock is? Do you know who?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I kind of
Dwayne
noticed
Johnson.
me and my dad, he's not been putting that much effort in. Whenever I see his movies,
Yeah.
Jason Statham's, he puts a lot of hard work into his movie to make them the best they can be. He puts like a lot of it.
Okay. Nice. YouTube. Let me see. I use YouTube for everything, so I'm gonna
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make
Me and my dad,
Wealth management and high net worth financial advice are
me and my dad were
Does-
gonna see his new movie, uh, Working Man. Yeah, A Working Man.
nice. Okay. You're going to see that movie.
Yeah, we may over the weekend.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Next time I go to the movies, if I go in the next a month or so, it'd be nice to see this.
Yeah, because I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time.
Wow. Okay. Well, okay. So what I have here for you, something that you can read on your own. You can go through this and but what I'm going to say here is we're going to add to the your interests are. However, a lot of what we're going to do in this class is going to be around some of these subjects, right? Science fiction, action, that sort of thing. Right now, we're doing a little bit of real world, right, with Mars and everything. So, all right, enough there. Again, I just wanted you to know that I'm paying attention to your interests. as I'm looking at reading material for us to work on. And later, especially later on, as we start to do some of these think alouds and to see where some of your comprehension um, uh, struggles, or not so much struggles. You don't struggle a lot. I think it's just that going from really good to excellent is what you're looking for, right? And so I'm going to I'm going to invite you to think about something here, because I want to give you some of a mindset right here. Do you know it's easy to go from average to good, right? Not really easy, but it takes work, right? It's really easiest to go from bad to okay. It gets harder as you go higher, right? To go from good to excellent. But to go from excellent to the best, it's a whole other ballgame. It's a lot more work, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to find that your growth sometimes feels like you're not growing as fast as you want. But I want you to know it's because you are probably more advanced than you think, right? So you have to stretch yourself. It's just like Michael Jordan or LeBron James. They have to work way harder than everybody else. You know why?
So they can be the best.
So they can be the best. And they already, it's almost like climbing Mount Everest, right? It's that last part where almost everybody gives up. They're the ones that push through. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. Let's jump right into. Yeah, I don't want this. Let's do some fluency right now. And okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to save that. All right, close reading again. Now, don't worry, we're not going to do this every week, and we're not going to do it in the same way. I do want to give you another opportunity here. You read through this twice. I timed you for a minute, and the first time you read to radio, and then you increased your speed to shot in yellow. So I'm going to have you, and let me move this down so it's all on one page for you. Oh, wow. Let me see if I can change this. 175. Yeah, Google's a little bit limited here. That's okay. No big deal. All right, here's the entire passage right here that can you see the first word being it and the last word being ground or stop point?
Huh?
Can you see on your screen the first word that you see? Is it it?
No, it's arrived. I mean, yeah, that line. Yeah, I can see it's it.
Okay. It had taken. And at the bottom, do you see against the ground stop point?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to time you again. Now, we don't have to waste our time practicing decoding and long words, because it seems like I didn't notice any errors there. So we're saving some time there because you're beyond that. So you're reading on grade level. You know how to decode, to pick words apart. If I do notice you have issues with that, we'll work on that. But I have a feeling that we're not going to want to waste our time with that. Let's focus again on speed, and let's also focus on larger units of words. What do I mean? It had taken decades of hard work. Notice how I thought of that as one unit. You see that?
Yeah. Wait, so
It had
do I
taken,
do this again?
yeah, it had taken decades of hard work. So repeat that with me out loud.
It had taken decades of hard work,
But at long last, the day arrived.
but at long last the day arrived.
It had taken decades of hard work, but at long last, the day arrived.
It had taken decades of hard work, but at long last the day arrived.
Okay. We're going to go with speed, and then what we're going to do, we'll talk a little bit about intonation and emotion. We're not going to go through the whole passage the second on when we talk about intonation. Now, intonation, obviously, if you think about in tone, the tone of my voice, and so the act of using tone deliberately is intonation, right? It's the use of my voice. When we do that, we're not going to go through the whole passage. I want to leave some time for poetry. Okay. All right. So let's time you. And I just gave you a little bit of a hint on how to do this in terms of picking up more words. And as you practice this later on, we can practice visualizing and improving our comprehension. Okay, so let me get my timer here. All right. Any questions?
No. Wait,
Okay.
how long do I get again?
You get 1 minute,
Okay.
but you'll hear my timer go off, or I'll say thank you. When I say thank you, that means you can stop. So this is day 1. Yeah, and obviously you're not going to read what's in parentheses here.
Yeah.
We're going to just make note here so that we know. All right, on your marks, get set, go.
It had taken decades of hard work, but at long last the day arrived. Hundreds of spectators gathered at NASA's Kennedy Air Force Base to watch the Orion 254 shuttle shoot up into outer space, headed for Mars. Almost everyone in the world had tuned in to watch the live footage of the launch on their smartphones. On board the shuttle, two astronauts dressed in puffy white spacesuits patiently waited for blast. Roy and Shara Thomas were a married couple NASA had specially selected to undertake this risky mission. A voice came over the speakers that hovered over the excited spectators. Suddenly, the crowd hushed. In 1969, human beings walked on the moon for the first time, said the deep, confident voice. And now, in July of 2020, we expand our frontier to Mars. Everyone erupted into cheers and whistles, and Shara and Roy smiled as they heard the expressions of support over their shuttle radio. 10, counted the deep voice. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal fuel jets attached to the shuttle shot white hot streaks of fire into the ground, and the shuttle immediately shot
Okay,
upward.
thank you. All right, thank you. You're already improving there. Okay, so let's go with green. All right, when you're ready, we'll start again. Same thing, no different.
Okay.
On your marks, get set, go.
It had taken decades of hard work, but at long last the day arrived. Hundreds of spectators gathered at NASA's Kennedy Air Force Base to watch the Orion 254 shuttle shoot up into outer space headed for Mars. Almost everyone in the world had tuned in. Wait, you stopped sharing. Live footage of the launch on their smartphones or on TV. On board the shuttle, two astronauts dressed in puffy white spacesuits patiently waited for blast off.
Arif,
Yeah?
Arif, let you start again. I think it'll be better if we start again.
Yeah,
Did my screen temporarily stop sharing?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I would do. If you want to, you can go ahead and find this.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think it was just an error on my part.
Okay, no worries. All right, we'll start again. On your marks, get set, go.
It had taken decades of hard work, but at long last the day arrived. Hundreds of spectators gathered at NASA's Kennedy Air Force Base to watch the Orion 254 shuttle shoot up into outer space headed for Mars. Almost everyone in the world had tuned in to watch the live footage of the launch on their smartphones or on TV. On board the shuttle, two astronauts dressed in puffy white spacesuits patiently waited for blastoff. Roy and Shara Thomas were a married couple NASA specially selected to undertake this risky mission. A crowd came over the speakers that hovered above the excited spectators. Suddenly, the crowd hushed. In 1969, human beings walked on the moon for the first time, said the deep, confident voice. And now, in July of 2020, we expanded frontiers to Mars. Everyone erupted into cheers and whistles, and Shara and Roy smiled as they heard the expressions of support over the shuttle radio. 10, counted the deep voice. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal fuel jets attached to the shuttle shot white hot streaks of fire into the ground, and the shuttle immediately shot upward into the sky in order to generate enough force to propel the shuttle from Earth's surface.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent job. So you stopped that enough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards one word. You did make an error up here. You said a crowd came over the speakers. It was actually a voice.
Yeah.
But it's probably because you saw the word crowd there at the bottom. So still excellent, excellent work. Okay, let me change the color here. Oops. Okay, so why do you think that you did better this time? Were you just reading faster? Was there any strategy that kind of helped you to in reaching a higher word count? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you see your improvement?
Yeah, your screen isn't sharing.
Okay. Let me just. I stopped sharing anyway.
Oh,
Let's do this. Let me double check what we're doing. Um, let's take a sneak peek at next time for just 2 minutes, and we'll go into poetry. Sound like a plan?
yeah.
Okay.
We don't have
Um,
to do poetry today. We could do it next class. It's fine.
oh no, I'm fine with it because really, Ari, because I started your day one, week one again today, because we started last week, but I just can't. I'm not counting that. So we're a little bit ahead because you didn't have to take the survey today. You did that last Monday. So we're actually a little bit ahead. I do want to give you a sneak peek at intonation here. Okay. As you look at your screen there, um, I'm going to make some choices here and you're going to hear me. And when I'm going to actually clap my hands at the word that I'm going to emphasize. And I'm going to take one sentence at a time here. I'll just do this for a couple minutes. And then we're really going to focus on that next time. Okay. It had taken decades of hard work, but at long last the day arrived. Right? So I emphasize decades. Now, that's not necessarily objectively where the emphasis needs to be here. It's just a choice that I made. And why did I make that choice? Because in my mind, when we're talking about NASA is always planning years in advance, right? Like when Kennedy became inaugurated in 1960, he said, we're going to send a man to the moon. That was 9 years before it happened, right? So when I read this sentence here, I come to this word decades. I think it's important. I also think hard work is important. By the way, you know what's interesting about this? This is called a spondee. Now, are you familiar with accents like hello? Like this, the accent is on the low, right? Hello,
Yeah, kinda.
right? Or like jello, right? The emphasis is on the first syllable, jello.
Yeah.
Hello, right? Now, if this were poetry, one of the questions we can ask ourselves is when I ask this question, what does it say? What does it not say? How does it say it? Hard work. Do you realize that there's a strong emphasis on hard and a strong emphasis on work? They're both very strong words. So poets, when they choose words, um, they sometimes purposely choose words to slow us down, right? So they, in this case, the poetic device would be syllabification, right?
I've heard of that. We learned that in English.
Right? Excellent. Syllabification. So the writer here, I'm not saying this writer chose these two words together because they're poetic and they're emphasizing and they're slowing us down. No, this is probably a coincidence here, but it sometimes is the choice that prose writers make to purposely slow things down because they want us to feel it, right? But at long last, the day arrived. And I also emphasized long last. So practice reading with me, and then we're done for this. It had taken decades of hard work.
Do I say it now?
Yeah.
It had taken decades of hard work.
It had taken decades of hard work.
It had taken decades of hard work.
But at long last, the day arrived.
But at long last, the day arrived.
Okay. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit on the day arrived because I'm going to put some, what's the word? Cheerfulness there, some excitement, right? It
Can
had
I get
taken decades. What's that?
can I get water real quick?
Sure, of course. Okay. So the things that I'm showing you right now, Arif, fluency, it feels like we're learning to read, but that's not what we're doing. We're not learning to read. We're actually practicing fluency, which is going to boost our comprehension. It's a higher level activity that we're doing, actually. Um, if that makes sense. And I want you to just kind of trust me on this because this is from Dr. Kate Kinsella, and this is really what's going to slow us down. And we find in order to speed up, which is what we want to do when we're in front of a test, right? We always want to speed up, but the first step is to actually slow down and to really expand what we're doing and to really absorb it. Okay. All right. So the last thing I wanted to show you there was it had taken decades of hard work, but at long last, the day arrived, right? So I'm smiling as I say the words. All right, so that's a little bit of intonation. All right, enough of that. So you want to go ahead and share your screen,
Uh,
or
that's
you can just explain whatever it is.
okay.
Just talk to me about what you're doing with poetry and what
So
your thoughts are.
I was wondering if next class I have to write a poem, 4 poems about they can be about ballad, haiku, free verse, um, really much anything, limerick. I, I just need to have 4 of them, and they should be. I could like I don't know how to share my screen, but and then this paper is about a poem. It's like about some purple host. It doesn't give the title here. Some questions that come on here are like, what are the some poetic devices you recognize about the poem? What is the author being my purple host? Which is someone in the something that they're talking about in the poem. What perspective does the poem follow? And how can we tell? What word stands out to you? Like, and then why did you do that? What is, oh yeah, I had a question. So right here, you see the word dying,
Which word?
the word dying.
Hold it up again. Okay, let me see. As he defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph burst agonized and clear.
Have
Okay,
you
let me see.
you know the dying? What is that? Those like lines next to it. I didn't we never learned that in school, so
Okay. Yeah. It's just dashes. That's all it is. So basically, it's a way of interrupting himself.
okay.
Okay. So why is he doing that? Is that kind of why what your question is? You want to talk about devices, right? You want to
Yeah.
know what to say about that.
Why did he use that structure? Why did he use that grammatical structure? So wait, why did he do it again?
Well, let's hold that up again, real close to the screen. Like so it covers your face. Yeah. Okay. Hold it still. Okay. And it's so there's not really a name of this poem, right?
Yeah, but I could read it for you.
Um, yeah. And you know what? It'll help me if I could see it. So here's what I'm going to do. I can probably find it online. Give me a second here. Here we go. I think I found it.
Do you read the first stanza for me? Just to
Yeah.
make sure it's the correct one.
I found it on Reddit, but I don't think it broke it down into stanzas yet. Oh, here we go. It's from Emily Dickinson's poem called "Success is Counted Sweetest." I'm going to go ahead and share my screen if that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the poem because the first line is success is counted sweetest.
Yeah. Do you know that all of Emily Dickinson's poems can be sung? And what I mean by that
Yeah,
is
this is the poem.
success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed. To comprehend the nectar requires source need. Not one of all the purpose host who took
It's
the
supposed to
flag
be,
today can tell the definition so clear of victory.
on my paper it says purple host, not purpose host.
Okay, let me check one more place.
Is it a typo?
Success is counted sweetest. Well, we'll check Poetry Foundation website.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. Purple host. Um,
Okay, will you
okay,
help me answer some of the questions here?
sure. What's the first question?
What are some poetic devices you recognize about the poem?
Well, one of the poetic devices um, is you have an alternating A B rhyme scheme. What do I mean by that? Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
Okay, look at this word here, sweetest.
yeah.
Well, that doesn't rhyme with anything, but we look at line number 2, the last word, succeed, and we drop down to the fourth line in the first stanza, we have a rhyme there. So this is um, I think it would be a B rhyme scheme. So it's an alternating line rhyme schemes host, but it doesn't rhyme throughout. That's what I noticed here.
No, like a
Um,
device like simile, metaphor. I think it means by that.
yeah,
Or
success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires source need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory. As he defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph burst agonized and clear. Okay, there's personification right here. The distant strains of triumph, they're being personified by this word agonized,
okay.
burst agonized, because that's something that a human can do, right? Agonized is something that only humans feel, or I mean, perhaps animals, right?
And then the next question is, what does the author mean by purple host?
Here's my question to you. Does your teacher allow you guys to go outside of the poem to try to find an answer to that, to get some background information on the poem?
No.
Okay.
We
Well,
got it
let's think about that.
today, and he just gave us 15 minutes to try and answer as many questions as you can.
Yeah. Do you know what the word host is?
Yeah, like the leader, kind of.
My understanding is the word host is a group of soldiers. It's like an army.
Yeah, that's what I put, a sort of army. Would
Mhm.
that be right?
I think so. Yeah, host. Who took
Okay.
the flag today?
Yeah, and then
Purple host. I'm not sure what's meant by purple. I know that we have purple hearts, but I don't know if that was the case in her time. I'm guessing it was because Emily Dickinson, if I recall, was American. So purple can mean heroic, perhaps,
okay, and then
because those who earn the Purple Heart earn it either in life or in death for um for bravery.
yeah, and the next question is, what perspective does the poem follow?
Yeah, what perspective does it follow?
I put
Well,
full host.
no, that's not the perspective here. So perspective has to do with who's reading or who's speaking. So one of the main, whenever you're talking about a poem, you want to use the word speaker. And you need to ask yourself, where is the speaker in the poem? Is the speaker one of the participants in the poem? Is the speaker an outside observer like you and I, right?
No, so it's
Right?
then
Um, it's definitely not the first person,
so
right? This is a third person perspective here.
yeah, he said that whenever you say perspective, don't think of point of view. He said that's wrong. He said, who does the story follow?
Okay, okay. All right. So this follows us this the story of a soldier, of one of these purple hosts. It's the perspective of a dying soldier, because basically they're not going to know what success is until after they're dead, right? They're um kind of like when it's too late, right?
Okay. The next question is, what word stands out to you? And then they said can't choose dying. We can't choose dying. And why do you think
Mhm.
the author chose one?
Why did the author choose the word dying?
No, what word stands out to you? But you can't
Oh,
choose
okay,
dying.
right. And then why did the author choose that word?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your answer. So what word? I'll help you with that, but you need to first tell me what word stands out to you.
Requires sorest need.
Are you looking just for one word though?
Oh yeah, sorest.
Sorest. Okay, why sore? Sorest.
I don't know. I think it like's trying to tell us something.
What is it trying to tell us?
Maybe something that like they maybe need to do.
Let's look at the stanza. Success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires sorest need. So sorest, okay. Always want to look at the denotative meaning of a word and a connotative, right? Because in a poem, you can talk about either one, because the connotative meaning oftentimes is based upon the most literal definition of the word. So, literally speaking, what's that?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Literally, what the word sore means is if you feel the strain of an injury or overexertion or wanting something so badly, right? Sorest means you want it for so long that it hurts, right? Makes sense? So connotatively, the word sorest could mean almost bitter. Like you worked so hard for it. In other words, the idea here, perhaps what you can say here is, let me see, can I see you? Perhaps what you can say here is that the poem is using intensity, that the more intense your desire is, the longer you've waited for it, the harder it is to earn it, the more sweet that victory comes.
Yeah.
Right. And these soldiers in particular, because they're never going to see their victory, they just understand that they're part of a larger victory. They're sacrificing their lives so that the next guy can make it, right? So that their country, their what do they call it? Their side, right? Their army can win, right? So, oops, are you gone? Okay, looks like we lost him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording because that's the end of the structured session and everything.